All right, week 14, and we have the Dolphins coming up this week. Feels like it has taken forever to get to the Dolphins this year. And I don't really think it matters at this point, but I think we're at the Dolphins. Yeah. So at the Dolphins, just riding out the season at this point, right? So, going to make it short. We'll do a prediction, and I've been doing a lot of Darnold talk for the past couple of weeks now. As you can see, I'm not wearing the jersey tonight, but I'm still sporting it's the Darnold cause at this point, because I really think if this guy becomes available at the end of the season, the Jets have to go after him. The Jets need a franchise quarterback. They need somebody who can grow with the team. And he is the best option at this point. He's playing really good this year. And I think he's going to stay at this level. I think he's grown and matured, and he's becoming a good quarterback. So we will continue to support the Darnold cause, and or at least I will anyway. I mean, there's a lot of people leaving comments on the last couple of videos I put out, because I've been talking about Darnold a lot, and there's a lot of people who just think there is no way this guy will come back to the Jets, but I disagree. I think there is a shot. Call me crazy, call me delusional. It would be nothing new with me and this team anyway, but I just think that there's a chance that if he is available at the end of the season as a free agent, I just think there's a possibility that the Jets can reel him in and bring him back home. That's if the Jets are smart enough to look at him and go after him. You don't even got to look at him. Just look at what he's done this year and what he continues to do. And we'll see what he does in the playoffs, because if this guy takes them to the championship game, I mean, to me, it looks like it could be a Viking-Detroit championship game. And if he takes them there, I mean, if you're the Vikings, are you fucking crazy to let him go? But let him go. Let him walk. Stick with JJ. It's going to be a serious decision for the Vikings, I think, at the end of the season, if they're not already, hitting their heads against the wall about what they're going to do at the end of the season. Because this guy, he's got them at 10-2 right now, and they are looking... they're right on the trail of the number one seed. So, I'm starting to feel like, every week's video now it's a Darnold video. And listen, what else are we going to talk about? I mean, you want to talk about the Jets playing the Dolphins? You want a prediction? All right. They're going to lose. So, there's my prediction for week 14. Jets will lose in Miami. And they will go to, 3-10 at that point? And like I said, it doesn't matter. I don't even want a good draft pick at this point, because they'll just fuck it up drafting another wrong QB for this team. So seriously, just go after Darnold and get somebody who can just step in and play the fucking game at this point. Draft something else aside from a quarterback, because the Jets can't seem to draft a quarterback correctly. And we gotta continue to see, what the Jets are thinking with, a GM and a head coach. I have somebody in mind who I think they should look at as for a head coach, but maybe I'll make a video about that at some point. Soon, actually, because the season's winding down. But I'll make a video, I think, about, because I've been wanting to make this video now for a while. It's just who I think would be a really good candidate to be the head coach of the team. But as far as GM goes, I have no clue who the fuck they can get for a GM. Oh, and this is what I wanted to talk about as well. And I'm not going to get into it extensively. I want to look into it a little bit more. But I did go and look into seeing if there was any legitimacy to the Jeff Bezos thing, which I really think is intriguing. But there are a couple of articles out there talking about that. One of them I read where he was like a front runner. He was a front runner to buy the Jets. So what does that mean? I mean, is the team being shopped? And we don't really know about it. It's intriguing. I mean, why would they be writing articles like this if something wasn't going on? Would Jeff Bezos be a good owner? I think at this point, anybody would be a better owner than Woody. I mean, I think Woody has tried, but it's just not working with Woody Johnson. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say as far as that shit goes. I mean, like I said, I think the guy wants to win, but he's just, listen, this is why I'm nervous about they hired that 33rd team to now consult and find Woody Johnson a fucking GM and a head coach. Again, the last time they did something like this, we wound up with fucking Adam Gase, man. So, and I've mentioned this, I think Adam Gase is part of this 33rd consulting team. So, come on, man. Why does it seem like the Jets are the only team who need outside consulting to find a fucking coach or a GM? So I don't know. I mean, would Bezos be better? I don't know. But you need somebody who, if somebody does buy the team, they need to love the team, I think, because that's what you want. You want somebody who, really wants the team. Like what went on with like the Met organization, right? With their new owner over there. It's just somebody who brings passion and so we're going to keep an eye on the Jeff Bezos thing because I think it's pretty interesting. And maybe he'll give, special discounts to fucking Jet fans on Amazon, for Jet apparel. Who knows? So, I mean, he should do something like that if he buys the Jets. I don't even know what to look for anymore with this team at this point. The team is just so fucked up at this point. I mean, the continuous losing is just not a good thing for the Jet players, psyche and morale. But do you want to see them get a win? I guess you do, just to keep the spirit up of the players. But I think everybody has fucking called it a day on this team and in the organization at this point. Everybody's already thinking about. And like I said, man, I don't know where the fucking team is going to go from here, man. It is, you got to hit on the next GM, the next head coach. And to me, you need a fucking franchise quarterback. Darnold, unless the Vikings lock him up, if he is fucking available, you throw the fucking bank at this guy and you bring him in. If they want a number one pick for him, you give it to him. Whatever the fucking situation is, if Darnold is available at the end of the season and genuinely wants to return, then you bring him in. You bring him back home. That's it, man. I said I wanted to keep it short, and I keep saying that, and it's getting longer. So let's wrap it right here.